Good morning guys, welcome back to another video. Eric's finally here. He's finally decided to join me.
Hey!
No, I just didn't. I let him off. Today we are playing Stanley Parable. I'm playing Stanley Parable Ultimate Deluxe version.
I have already played it.
He's already played it, the cheat.
And I've on purposely not let Shaun play it. I disabled his access.
Yes. But luckily it was a deal. There was a deal yesterday on Steam that if you own the first one, you get it for 13 quid instead of 20 quid. So I popped on the deal because I missed the first one because I was in London and bought it.
So basically what I'm going to do is, because I know most, because there's probably some stuff I don't know, but I know most of it, but I'm not going to help Shaun too much. It'll be interesting to see what he chooses.
I can't do that. I was playing the first one yesterday. If you don't know what Stanley Parable is, explain what it is.
So basically you're given loads of choices and you can choose to follow them or go against it, and you got the narrator. It's a good little game to pick up and give it a go if it's on like off sale or something. But I think it's quite good.
Yeah, the only thing with the first one is I find I keep doing the same things over and over again.
Yeah. And
I can't get any further.
There's many made endings.
But some things take like 4 hours, don't they?
No, not 4 hours.
The baby thing in the first one.
Oh, well, yeah, there's some like odd achievements such as don't play the game for 5 years. But the new one is now don't play the game for 10 years. Or there's an achievement like play for the entirety of a Tuesday. Like there's little odd achievements, including one that's in the new one, but I'll bring it up when we get to it. So.
If we get to it.
I'm sure we'll get to it.
Right, let's get started.
Alright, so here it is while the intro is turning on. Obviously this is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. There's some really odd achievements, and here we go.
Yes.
Just press confirm, it doesn't matter.
Where is it?
It's there, but just leave as it is.
Really? Hang on, it is.
So you need to keep PM. So we're looking at 2:22 PM. There you go. Okay, so go to your settings first.
Oh God, why?
Video. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, go back. I was just checking your resolution.
Okay. Right, begin.
Okay. So obviously, when you first open it, obviously it asks you the current time and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a bit odd.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This is the same as the first one. So it's up to you if you want to skip
Stanley worked for a company in a big...
Okay. So it's just like the first one. I'm not joking, it's literally just like the first one. So to get to the new content, follow exactly what he says.
Follow exactly what he said.
Exactly what he says. EM&ST.
Ah! I need to change that.
I'm not gonna. I love how there is a jump key.
There we go, right, try again. I'm not used to AWS. It looks a lot better though, I must say.
What could it mean? Stanley
Shall
decided
we
to go
actually
to the
do one of the
meeting.
achievements?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah.
Go back one. Just keep going. Turn that. Click on that door 5 times.
How do you click any?
Just click or read, whichever.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click the door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Just keep clicking it will just keep working. Just keep clicking. You don't need to count.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks.
This is actually.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Moving on.
50 clicks.
Oh man, you can act that achievement's actually in the first game as well.
How is it?
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
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 Can we right? Oh no, it's not.
No, it's usually left.
Different, isn't it?
Nope. Same. Just newer graphics.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
You
office.
kind of remembered that one. You were there before. There we are. Okay.
In
Keep
there?
going. Keep
In
going.
there?
Now, do you want to know what the code is straight away, or?
Isn't it 2-8 something something?
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office,
2845.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible. He didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. Tender anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
I love how, like, obviously spoilers ahead as well.
Is that in the first one?
Huh?
Is that in the first one?
Yeah, it's the same code as the first one.
I know the same code as the first one.
And rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
This is literally the exact same, but just newer graphics.
Where am I going? Oh, no, yeah.
Keep going forward, yes. This is why I said not to adjust the slider, because you can make it too dark otherwise. Yep. So there's also...
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think
I'm
for
surprised you haven't
himself,
tried to jump
to
yet.
question the nature of his job.
How do I jump?
Why did he feel this
Oh,
now,
space one, eh?
when for years it had never occurred
It is space. I'm surprised it hasn't popped yet.
to him?
That's
This
cheap.
question
Maybe you
would
have to wait
not
for the
go
event to
unanswered for long.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
You can't jump.
go. You got your first achievement.
Yeah.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Just me. I said this is all exactly the same as the first one. Such as like the you can't jump and the 8888888 achievement as
Do I
well.
press?
Yeah, just press it. It's
The
exactly
lights
same as the
rose
first
on an
one.
enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Excuse me.
There's also an achievement for closing down the game and restarting it. I think that was in the first one as well, I think.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
More
Each
monitors.
bore the number of an employee
same
in the
number.
building.
Yeah.
Stanley's
There's only 4 in the
co-workers.
other one.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
So for those who don't know, we are going down the freedom ending, which you have to do to access the new content.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or
I'm
sad
guiding you through this
or
part because
content.
this is the same as
Walking,
last time.
eating,
so nothing's
working,
really changed.
all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
So we're going there.
And as
Yeah.
the cold reality of his past began to
Once we get to
sink
the
in,
new content, I'll
Stanley
sort of step back a
decided
bit.
that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
So, turn
For
it off.
he
Turn it
would
off.
Because if you turn it on, you get the countdown ending.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it
Oh,
will
that's
be
Stanley.
his.
I thought that was the end there. I was like,
No, there is Stanley.
It was
I don't think I've done
perhaps
this one on the previous
only
one.
thing worth
Haven't you?
knowing.
No.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
Just keep going. Like I said, this is the exact
Stanley
the freedom
felt the
ending.
cool
This is
breeze
what happens if you
upon
just
his
listen to
skin.
everything he says.
The feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This
This
was
is-
exactly the way.
This is the
right
exact same as the
now,
first one. Now
the
we
things
should
were meant to
be
happen.
able to access the extra content.
And Stanley
However, I'm not going to tell you how
was
to find it.
happy.
Oh, brilliant.
Unless you go too far and then I'll tell you to go back. You should be able, it should be pretty obvious. Yeah, beat the game. Okay. Find the new content.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm looking for any other doors that are open that aren't normally open. What?
I think it should be behind you. It should be that 416. I think so. Oh, okay. Just keep going. Maybe I missed it. Go right.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
It might be that you
he
might have
entered
to
the door
restart
on
the
his
game.
left.
I think.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth
I have
the
a feeling you
detour
might
after
have
all.
already passed
Just to
it,
spend a few, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
Left
left.
first off. I think you might have to like restart the game, but
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door,
What did I do?
and got
Just
back
keep
on
on
track.
yeah, this is.
Yet there was not a single person here.
Yeah, I think you have to
either.
restart the game.
Feeling away.
There's certain things you have to do before the new quit menu and close down the game. There's certain things you've got to do before it unlocks. And just reload it again. That's it. One of them is you have to do the freedom ending.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the other ones were.
Again, really?
This confused me when I did it the first time as well. I bet you didn't expect that.
No, I didn't.
You just all set the clock like, really, again?
Right, begin the game.
Okay. Hopefully, I think that might now allow you access to the new extra content. You can
This-
do this, yeah. Welcome back, look. I think you... Oh, I think it's defaulted back to standard controls.
Not standard controls! No?
It is. You sure? Oh. So,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
He said he'd be there.
In the nature of his job. Why
Guys, when they come back, this is taking on forever and the video
It
is
had
going
never occurred
to
to
finish
him.
in a minute anyway.
This
So what we're going to do, I'm going
not
to cut most of that
go
out
unanswered for long.
and we're going to come back when the new content, we find the new content. We found it!
so basically all we have to do is sweat through some more endings. I think you have to do a certain amount of loops. But this is the new content.
This is the new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean?
This is where I'm going to sort
New
of
content.
stand back a bit and let Shaun choose his own choices.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. But I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
This goes on for ages, isn't it? This elevator.
Not too long.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Here we go. What do you think of the new content?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
You can actually jump in it.
Can I?
Yeah. You're going to do all of them, are you? Or?
I don't know. Should I?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm saying, are you going to do all of them? You've got 31 remaining.
No, I'm not. You made me cautious now.
I'm just giving you a choice.
Right.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Oh, it's an elevator again.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping.
What do you think of the jump circle?
Great.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole
You enjoyed it,
dictionary.
then?
There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very
There's
good.
going to be no jump circle, isn't there?
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? You've got to be kidding me, Mr. Stanley. This is what
do you like it then? Do you like the new content?
Oh, yeah.
Game developers with no
Did you enjoy
respect
it?
for their fan base rush
It
a
took
cheap
10 years to
expansion
make
to
that.
market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And
Well,
just
you know, the
because
first one didn't have a
the
jump circle.
craftsmanship that's
True.
gone into it. In fact,
Couldn't even
I'm
jump in the
right
first
now
one.
at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What
It
quality
does actually
assurance
say that. That
department
is one of the
signed up on
achievements.
this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to
I've
phone these
unlocked it.
people on Twitter
Of course you
and
have.
hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. Stay with me. Why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
But where will we start? That's the question. Not in the office. Oh, in the office.
Keep going forward. Just look at the photo. Did I send you a photo of that, if I remember?
I don't know.
Oh.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
You going to go into the vent or not? This is your next choice.
I really want to see what's up there. But I really want to see who's in there. Oh, God.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special, and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all
As the unachievable. No.
Oh, the waste.
the unachievable.
That one.
Yeah, see, the unachievable, the impossible part of the achievement. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. 5 years. And I think it's called Super Don't Go Out there. Super Go Outside.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Little end. You can't go down.
Ah, that's rubbish.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a
You've
rich
seen,
and
like,
stimulating
what's on the
commentary on
pedestals?
the nature of choice in
Come on.
games,
Like
and
on
one
the
that offers
pedestals,
some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been
Carpet
confronted with in a game.
textures.
9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything
Source
else.
engine.
It didn't need new content.
But have you
It
noticed stuff
just
on the walls
needed
and
to
stuff?
be left alone,
On the right here.
to spend the rest
Look.
of time
got
collecting
the
dust
buttons.
in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
How do I get in there? How do I get in there? How do I get in there?
You've looked at the solution like twice already.
Alright, have to go back out then.
3 times again.
These were simpler times.
No, you can go downstairs.
I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play
Hey!
full completion. The narrator is obnoxious
My
and
birthday.
unfunny,
But
with
not
his humour
2018
and
on.
dialogue
No.
proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
So I just don't know if these are actually real reviews
Funny.
or not.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Where do I go from here?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much
That's a
fluff
good
I
one.
cut from the
Oh,
game
thumbs
to
up.
make it feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. But dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people
Poor
down.
narrator.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
It's true.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at you. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself. Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out.
Why don't you try to go out the door?
Look back.
It won't open!
Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with.
I just can't do anything
And I
else.
think that's just how it's... Oh, hello. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been
Door's
through.
gone now.
I've had so much time.
Door went first
I
time.
stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe
Can I do anything else for this?
to begin with.
Yeah.
There's only
No.
regret.
No.
There is only the turning wheel of
Did you
missed
press it?
opportunities. I felt nothing.
He told me to do it. He's dead.
What is it? The button's now available.
There's got to be something else I can do, surely. Oh, I can't even get out now. Oh no, it's there.
Do you want to know what that beeping is?
Yes.
It's the fire alarm on the roof.
Oh. I literally can't do anything else, can I?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain.
You notice how the clock has fell off the wall
Yeah.
and the tree has died.
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
Reading, huh? Oh my God, come on. Can I get out yet? No.
all you've got is the skip button.
I see light, but nothing.
I just think, how many years are you standing there?
Yeah.
Waiting? Like, you know, it's just. I think this part is a bit tedious because, like, yes, it's interesting, but
Yeah.
just
After a while.
you know, I just want it over and done with.
How long does this go on for?
just keep going.
Humans are probably extinct by now. Oh, hello. Hey, I can do something else.
Just keep walking.
Okay.
There's literally nothing left on it. Promise you have to go through all this because this is the first part of the new content. Yes, you are going the right direction. Yeah.
Let's say. Oh no!
Just keep playing. Surely that's the new content done now, yeah?
All of his co-workers
It is.
were gone.
It's back to the Stanley
What
game.
could it mean? Stanley
But-
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Keep going.
simply missed a memo.
Oh look, there's another door. Oh no, it's the same door. New content! What a
Oh,
surprise!
good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
New content!
Yes. That'd be interesting to see where you go to first. This will all make sense in a bit.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the
it's
new
never the
territory
end.
we'll cover
It's
with
never
a
the
fully fledged sequel.
For
An entirely
2
new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in
Okay.
so
You
many
You can't go
different
forward, you know,
I know.
directions.
they're stopping you.
This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of
way to the
interesting
show.
concepts, that surely the game will sort of
New
naturally
features.
spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay. Where are you going first?
Oh man!
Here we are.
Huh?
Go on. Try out.
I don't know! Right, what we're going to do, we're going to stop here. and go into part 2 for this bit. I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do. Because let's have a look how many X's there are. There's one there, there's one there.
There's loads.
There's one there, there's one there.
There's loads.
There's one there.
Just go for that thing. Right? Now, keep going forward. Now if you turn around, there you go. There's a map. Oh
my god, there's loads. There, one there.
There's loads.
There's loads.
So I think you should just pause for part 2.
Yes. Right guys, thanks for watching. Join us for part 2. We're probably going to film it straight away while we're here.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Let me know if you play this game. I'd recommend it. It's quite good. This one's going to get quite interesting. I'm getting a bit bored of the first one, to be honest.
We're only just started in
Yeah.
the content.
Right. Yeah.
And like I say, there is that part during when we're trying to find all the new going through all the old exits to get unlock the new content. Something weird happened, and I've just never witnessed that before. So that's been every time something new every time.
Right. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one.